Welcome back to Anamika ma'am's classroom. Today I will discuss about 6 important differentiation must prepare for exam. I have already discussed another 6 most important differentiation in my previous video. That video link I will provide in my description box. So here is the rest of the 6. So total 12 most important differentiation you must prepare for your exam. So let's start with me. This differentiation I have collected from ICSE 10 years question answer on differences. So 10 years question answer practice is very much important for each and every student. So let's see what is our first differentiation. One difference between floating point and float and double. Both are floating point literals. Floating point literals means fraction. That means when we use fractional value, suppose 2.5 or 3.6, then we go for float or double. So both are floating point literals. Both are used for fraction value. But what are the differentiate between two of them? So one side float and another side double. So you just write down one difference, that float occupies 4 bytes and double occupies 8 bytes. So that much enough for you. Here mention one difference, but in both you have for each and every question you have 2 marks each. So you can write down one difference is enough. Wow, and this side 1 mark, this side 1 mark. So total 2 marks you can score easily. But remember that you have to write down one important difference. Okay, not write down any difference which is not that much important. Then you have to write down more. Okay, then let's come to second point. Second question. Second is, what is the difference between switch statement and if else? So both these both also used for the same purpose. But then what is the difference between these two? So let's come one side switch, another side if. You can notice that it is only test for equality. That means in case 1, case 2, case 3. So whatever you input, whatever user input there, it check. Suppose user take one number, give one number, and it checks only it is 1 or 2 or 3. So if user give 2, then it goes for case 2. So it only checks whatever the user given, that is equal to any of these cases or not. Otherwise, it is not done. But in if else, not only equality, you can check less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. So you can check all of the relational or logical operators, but here only you can check equality. That means if your input is matched with your any of those cases, then only it work, otherwise it does not. But if else, for other options also, other than equal to and equal to also, it works. Then the second point is, it cannot handle floating points. That means in case you don't write down case 3.4 or case 4.2, you have to write down case 3 or case 4 like this. So floating points it cannot handle, but if else can handle floating or integer as well as characters. That means if you write down double A and then A equal to 2.6, and if you check if A equal to 2.6, so you can use floating value or fractional value in case of if else, but in switch you have to give only whole number, cannot handle floating points. So I think this is clear to you. Then come to third question answer. Third difference, which is unary and binary. So by the name you can understand, you can make differentiation that unary means one and bi means two. So when it works on single operand, then it is called unary. On single operand means suppose a plus plus. So a value increased by 1, or a minus minus, or a plus, a minus, or minus a, plus a, plus a, minus minus a. So only one variable is there. So it operates only one operand, only single operand are there. There is no two variable or two operand, A plus B. A plus B is a binary operator when it operates on two operands. That means A plus B or A minus B. So A, B, two are operands. And unary operator only works on or acts on a single operand, only A or only B, or only any one single operand, but it works on two. Then come to fourth one. Fourth one is call by value or pass by value, same. Call by value and pass by value both are same, and differentiate with call by reference or pass by reference. These also two same. We can call it call by reference or pass by reference, or call by address also we can call. Then one site called by value and another site called by reference. By the name again you can understand that we call a function by a value, and that means by whatever, suppose a equal to 5. So we call it by a means we call it by 5. But here we call it by whatever the address of a. That means where it's stored in memory, a variable where it is stored, that memory address, by that memory address we call, not by whatever we have inside that variable. So if we call by that particular value, then it is called by value. When we call by not the elements, by that element's address, then it's called call by reference. And the second point is, if you change any, made any change in the formal parameter, that means when you call it, call the value in the function, and inside the function if you make any changes, then it does not reflect in the actual parameter. When you call by a, that means 5, you call by, then you change, after calling you change inside the function a equal to a plus 1, that means 5 becomes 6. But these the actual value is intact, because this is separate value and this is separate value. We call by value, this is separate address and this is separate address. So whatever changes make you in these address, it does not reflect on this, because we call it by value only. But in call by reference, if you made any changes in formal parameter, that will reflect it on the actual parameter, because we call it by address. So inside the address, inside that address element, any change you made, that reflected anywhere. So this is the difference between call by value and call by reference. Now come to the next question, question number 5, which is very much important. It is repetitive question of ICSE exam, public and private access specifier. But answer is very easy. Public and private. Public like public transport and private transport. Public transport means suppose bus, anyone can avail it. But private transport means suppose my own car. So in anyone cannot avail it. Only myself and my family can avail that. So like this, public access specifier of a class are available to all the classes. Okay, to all the classes it is available if it is public. But if it is private, if you mention it is private, Generally, by default, all the classes are public. You remember that when you write down the program, you write down public class, class name. So it is accessible for all other classes. But if you mention private, then it is not accessible by the other classes. Only within that particular class you can use it. Like within that particular family, you can use a private card. So only that within particular class you can use or access, but not from any other class it is accessible. But public class accessible for all other classes also. Then the last question of this is object and class differentiation, which is also very much important and repetitive question for ICSE. Object and class. First, you write down definition of object and class of objects. What is the definition of object? Object is an identifiable entity with some characteristics and behavior. This you can write down as a definition of objects also. So it is object. Each and every object is an identifiable entity with some characteristics and behavior. Means, suppose if you take one example of an object table. So table has some characteristics. Characteristics means its color, its material, like wooden table, brown color, its cost, that means price, or company name, size. These are the characteristics of a table. And what is the behavior? Behavior means its use. If it is a study table, then we can keep our copies, our books over there. So this is the behavior of a table object. So each and every object has some characteristics and behavior. Then we can only call it as an object. And class, what is class? Class is a set of objects. That means more than one objects form a class. Suppose students in your classroom, 50 students are there. So each and every students are object, and all together you form your class. And in your class all of you share some common characteristics and behavior. That means in your class all you have same uniform, you have same timetable, you have same class teacher, subject teacher. So all rules, regulations same. So this is your class. So many objects form a class, and all objects share common characteristics. Okay. And the second point is, it is also known as an instance of class, and class is also known as object factory or producer or object. As we know that factory means where a huge lots of same type of things produces here. So in a class, same types of objects are there. So class is also called object factory or producer of objects. So that much for today. Thank you very much for watching my channel and this video. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe my channel for more videos, and share and like my videos. Thank you.